I think I'm going to put the starter in this forklift today, and once we've confirmed that that is going to work, I'm going to pull the leaky hoses off of it so that it can be used. If we can get this thing to start and run and go up and down without spraying oil, then that's a large part of what I need it to do right now. Obviously it's going to need a whole lot of other work eventually, but for now I'd like to at least be able to move it and run it. So let's have a look. Yeah. Thanks to the people that figured out the resistor on the starter circuit. That makes total sense. I'm used to an external one, but that's part of the solenoid. So let's go get the starter and see what's up. Maybe we should just start up this Biscayne instead. Okay. Let's have a look at the new guy here. Stop. Please. Please call. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Don't like buying stuff that I could usually fix, but this is a very specific starter to this thing, and the drive sprag was just completely trashed. There she goes. Oh yeah. There. Nice. Well, other than looking way too nice, I think it'll be okay. Okay, I've got her sketched in there. I'm just not going to tighten any of the electrical connections until I run inside and confirm the locations. I think this is how it was. I'm not even saying that's right, but it was running. I thought I took a photograph of where they were, but I think I videoed it, so now I have to run in the house, which we will not show. Frankers will never follow me to the house. Neither did Stella. They like to know where you are, but they don't want to go in the house because then they might get stuck there. So she will sit there in the driveway till I come back out. Looks like we've got her more or less back the way she was. Not that that's good, but it should engage on the flywheel. Let's give it a go. Clutch. Neutral. On. No, what the hell? So what the fuck? I mean, it's brand new, so what's the deal? Now I gotta figure out what's actually the problem. I'm gonna take the starter out and just test it on the bench to make sure it's working properly, which I assume it is. And then we're just gonna have to start seeing what the hell the actual problem is here. I'm very disappointed, but really, how surprised can you be on something like this? That's a bit
Check
weird,
out the Berber. Cats love that.
Yeah, it's insane. And yet, look at how it's done.
I know.
That's
it's like
all
in a
original
factory.
It, yeah. Who would put carpet in? She's a peach. Let's fire up the 59 Chevrolet Biscayne. 59 Biscayne, first start of the year. Not really that cold of a start. It's pretty nice out. We got to give this thing whatever she can. How does the old straight six? This one is from a Canadian model Pontiac, 261 cubic inch. The old Rochester. Nice. These are cool. And we threw our battery in, and we diluted the old stale gas with 50% new stale gas. And that's it. We're going to dump some down the carb. I'm sure it'll go. All right. This thing's probably can handle being rich, eh? Everybody can. Oop.
Whoa.
Parking lot crisis. Who put these cars so close together, Tom?
Watch the paint, jeez.
You're gonna have to do a rebuild, total repaint on that helmet.
Yeah, definitely chipped fender there. Yeah, right?
I think this is probably the best motor in the yard.
Oh yeah. Or close to it anyways. Oh, watch the door on the... Nice.
Nope.
Best motor you've got.
Better than most of what I'm driving.
Totally. This car should be on the road.
It just pulled itself right out of there. Like nothing.
Yeah?
Decent.
It's a stick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 3 on the tree.
This is an awesome car. I didn't give this car any respect. I didn't know much about it.
It's pretty
Pretty
cool.
clean.
Yeah. This thing runs fine.
Oh yeah,
Didn't
perfect.
even puff any smoke.
I'm pretty sure that was in like a 60 Pontiac or something. Yeah, isn't that the car basher pen? Sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wrecking yard. Yeah. So that came out of a 60 Pontiac that looked like it was parked in a field since about 69.
That's a quality unit.
And this one taught me about vacuum leaks, and I fought with this thing for a whole day before realizing that the intake wasn't sealing properly. I'm glad I got it custom upholstered here. Oh man, it's easier to get in because there's no floor. Anybody wondering why I'm not driving the old Biscayne every day? Because I would love to. I mean, I could fix it, but check it out. I put the ignition back together, kind of. I know Eldon is a 59 Biscayne fan. Here you go, buddy. Yeah. Then when you shut it off, the gen light comes on for a sec. Cool. We like the old Biscayne here. Gets primo parking on the lot. Can't stay in here too long though. The exhaust is just blowing right at me. Okay, anyway, yeah, thanks for tuning in to turning up the bass today. Thought we'd have a quick look at the our bass flagship, the Biscayne. Biscayne for 59. Whew, it's rich in here though. This is the cars where we feature the huge expanses with no trim at all. Just a trim desert.
Although, don't get me wrong, I can see myself driving this to work, you know, showing up at the office there.
Oh yeah. They designed this car with these taillights the same year that this car was released, so they could be forgiven for thinking that there was really no bridge too far, you know. When you look at how that quarter panel is stamped, it's pretty cool. Like, that's a pretty impressive bit of engineering. I always loved the 5960 with the huge dog leg. Really nice. What little trim there is in good shape. Nice thing about these is that that's the same, more or less, trim that you got on the top of the line model. So when you buy the base model, you still get all the cool signature stuff, you know. It's pretty much as shut off, eh?
Love this.
The dent?
The big old whiskey dent.
It's the best. It's our
It's like my
signature
favorite
whiskey
part.
dent. No. I wonder what gauges went there. Didn't get them on this model. You know what else is interesting?
Huh.
Even this model has wind-out vent windows.
Whoa.
Isn't that cool?
That fucking just blew my mind.
Right? And they
I didn't
still
know that
work.
had that. That's fucking awesome.
Those things sat in a field since 1970 and they still work. I think the window goes up and down. Sure. Shit, even the locks still work. It's not bad. Let's have a look at a couple of our favorite tires on this baby. These are a Remington Safe Traction XT. Fantastic. Another feature of base cars is the small hubcaps. The dog dishes. Gotta have the dishes.
And those are nice dishes.
They're in excellent condition. They were all in the car when I got it. Unbelievable. Didn't even have to find them. It's a Sieberling 775 14. Look at that reflection off of that.
Just like
That's how you run your tires. Get every inch out of those babies.
Yeah, you think you got your money's worth on your tires.
Yeah,
Not like
I am a
this.
coward compared to this guy. Oh yeah. Your basic Golf Deluxe crown. So today, as much as I'd rather be putting pieces on my Fury, I have to get this building put together because it's going to start raining here and there's no shingles on it. So yeah, anyway, just so you guys know, that's what's going on. In the time that it would take me to finish this and shingle it, I could put 2 pieces on that car. So I just have to get this done. Let's have a look. These are just the beginnings of what's going to go up there and kind of come back down to there. We're kind of making this up as we go, but what else is new? So, these will be covered in plywood and painted and trimmed. This is just the structure. It has to be fairly robust because it is going to be load bearing. So that's why everything looks a little bit rough. So I'm going to sheet it all with plywood, which will give it some strength as well. So right now we're just concerned with trying to get this all to line up so that the fascia will continue more or less uninterrupted and then shoot out that way towards that. And so this has all got to be trimmed. Of course, everything is just thrown together here. All right, my neighbor Mel came over and loaned me his forklift, or his bobcat, so that's better than scaffolding. It's like scaffolding that drives itself around. Let's have a look at that, eh? Little action. Now, we've got our pieces hung out there, so I'm going to go up there and mark the notches I need to cut and everything so that it all fits in. Then I'm going to have to figure out how to cut some of this. Chainsaw works, but it's a little brutal. Okay. This was my guesstimate line here. Let's see how we did. Pretty good. Well, we're carrying on with the overhang part of the project here. Just a little fascia to just add a little bit of fun to the building, so it doesn't look quite so much just like a shed. I blame Ashley. Most of these types of overkill projects can be traced to somebody else. Is it coming together? Yeah, there we go. So we'll finish sheeting it tonight. I've rented all the shingling crap. Yeah, so again, apologies that this week's video is probably not as long or containing as much of the usual shenanigans as I might like, because this is kind of mission critical, because if it starts raining on all this OSB, it'll be useless. So I just want to get her tacked together and shingled, and then I can pick at it for the rest of the year. We've got lots of detail work to do, lots of edges and corners and trim and fascias and bullshit to sort out, but we have to get shingles on it ASAP. Okay, with regards to the forklift starter, we figured out that it is a wet clutch. Thank you to the people who got me to look at that. So that's good. So yeah, the gentleman that pointed out that it was a wet clutch and that's why it was full of oil, great. So that made me start looking at this. So again, the new starter that I bought that was going to save all this trouble doesn't fit. So let's have a look. You got the so if we're going to do the root cause, we're going to call it this bushing is gone. So I think what's happened is somebody's taken the guts out of the starter, or parts of the starter that would work for the Ford car, and they've combined it with the body of the forklift starter.
Do we need to open it up a little bit?
Do whatever you want, as long as this doesn't.
Dial it and see
Look how chowdered it is.
Yeah.
It might have to go out. Yeah, because what's going to happen is this is kicking off, right?
The problem is if this is really out of round and I don't know where it is then, and then it matters because it made up with something on this end.
Well, you'd have to dial it. This would be concentric with it, right? That's the only machine surface. But you can see it's only chowdered on one side. Yeah. So if you go,
all I need is like 3 sides and I can dial it. But as long as
we see it.
Yeah, I do.
So what's happened is that has gone away, or was not there, or whatever. All right, Agent 900 is going to start the ball rolling by putting a new nose bushing in there. Andy came over and had a not entirely dissimilar rebuild kit, so we're going to scavenge pieces from that, and we're going to make a new bushing. The center bushing is also hogged and out around, so we're going to make that, we being not me, and then once then we'll see how we're doing. Oh, then we'll need a seal. Where's the seal? So we need to get that guy.
Is that a spring in there?
Yeah, it's lip seal. So we'll get a new seal and make 2 new bushings and Frankenstein this clutch together, and then it probably still won't work, huh? Oh, well, you can check. You use your discretion. It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
We're not
Right
building
on.
a
Okay, I'll be
race
right
car
back.
here.
From the Great Lakes swimmers, here's the talking wind.
Hey, Franks. You look very nice today. Did you get a haircut? Let's see ya. Oh, what a pretty girl. Don't mess it up now, okay? What a good girl. Okay, I'm going to work on the starter. You don't care? Gary's repaired all the damaged and flogged out bushings on the starter, and the biggest problem we have right now is that this sprag clutch here is pretty chowdered. This has got a huge amount of slop in it. This is a part of a rebuild kit for a different starter, but it has same ID, same teeth. It's a little shorter in the teeth, and it has it got a new clutch, of course. I don't know how much of this I can use or save or get apart, so I'm going to start by disassembling this and see if there's how much of this we can swap from one to the other, if any. Okay, got the two different nose gears apart here. Here's the one that was in the machine, and looks like what's happened is these springs have all broken or gone missing or whatever. So looks like there was one out of the four intact, and that's why it would only very occasionally catch well enough to do anything. I had to unfold this one as well. This one has now been unfolded too many times, probably. We may have to, I don't know, we'll get it back together, but it's some of this shit is starting to get pretty rough. Anyway, I'm going to see if we can, I don't know if we can use any or all or none of this, or I'm hoping we can at least use the springs, and if we can use the springs and nothing else, and we can take the slop out of this guy and put it back together, that might be good enough. So 5 springs, 5 rollers. No additional spacers or anything in there. The roller diameter is the same or very close to the same. And this unit will not go in there. The diameter is about 50 thou bigger. Yeah, the diameter is ever so slightly bigger. It's starting to look like the best bet is to use what we can to fix the original setup. I don't really know. The thing is, this is in good condition, so if we have to reuse it, that's fine. So why don't we put some new springs in this guy, put it back together, and see if we get anywhere. I'm just going to mock it up quick. Well, the good news is that it seems to work fine now, and with all 4 bearings back in and not just rattling around in there, and all of the slop is gone out of it. So that's even better than I hoped. I'm going to put this split washer back in here, Once we get all the broken shit off of it there. So that guy goes there. And that one goes there. And then the thing to do now would be try to salvage this. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was really hurting. But I think if we got this straightened up and folded it back on nice, we'd probably have something that would be serviceable for the lifetime of the vehicle. A good part of the problem is right there. It's just all these springs either didn't go in properly when they put it back together, or, I mean, there's not even enough there to make 2 and there should have been 4, so it never really, there was no amount of hoping was going to make that fix itself. So I'm going to just see if we can make this presentable, and if we can, we'll pinch it back on there, and then I just have to get a seal, and then that can go back in. I'll put the rest of it back together for now. Not really very good. And you might think, well, this is kind of fussy bullshit, but really, compared to fixing stainless moldings, this is nothing. So at least we don't have to sand this 20 times and polish it when I'm done. Go around, rudely get it close. Still a little hairy, but at least it's round now. Should drop over. And 100%, right? Just absolutely cannot make it fail now. I'm going to peen this this edge back over, and that will be the end of the repair on this. Well, it's not pretty, but it is the inside of a starter on a forklift, so I don't care. Look at that. 100% success. Nice, okay. I'm going to just finish tidying that up, and then that's ready for a new seal and go back together. That is a take, and this is being ordered, so as soon as that guy is in the store, all of that can go back together, and we'll chuck her in there again, and maybe it'll start this time. Let's hope so. That's compromised, but I think for the half dozen times a year we're going to start this thing, I'll live with it. The brushes look bad, but I think they're probably better than 50%, so I'm just going to clean all that. And as we looked at yesterday, new and fitted, and I'm not even going to put it on to test it because we've already tested it and we don't want to do any scratching. This has been ordered. That, I don't know, you can probably reuse that. I think I might have to find another one of those. This guy, that guy goes there. This is the old one. just might be fun. We can see, Gary said it was over 30 thou hogged out. Once the nose bushing went away, all the load went on this guy, and look at, it's just completely thrashed. So, good. That'll be sorted, and there's the new nose bushing. Of course, we had to be made oversized into the housing. We had to hog the housing out a bit because it had gotten out of round from this just running against it instead of the bushing. So that is now a very nice slide fit. Okay, so and this guy was the final piece. So once this I priced it out, I think the seal was $6. The only part we couldn't make was the seal. And so that whole starter's back on the road for $6, and I can take back the $300, which I would have been happy to pay because this wasted a lot of my time and my friend's time. But if you can't get it, you can't get it. So you got to make it. We won't have to have silicone all over the back of this because this should no longer be full of oil. Anyway, quite an adventurous starter rebuild. Learned some things. Probably pretty painful to watch, but pretty slow news day here at the old office. So back to Franker's. Look at how fancy you are. How's it going, Minnie? You're very nice. Do you want to go for a walk? Well, let's go. Nice. There you go. There's a... I just have to. Nevertheless. Wait a second.
So what? We're just testing the coils and then putting the new petcock in.
Yeah, put the petcock on and test and see if it runs on these coils. But we have a packing gland fail, multiple fails. Yeah, you see.
So are you just gonna repack her then?
I don't think you can. I think those little O-rings that we just don't have a new one, and I don't think it's in the kit.
You got a new rad coming on, like on the way, lined up, right?
Yeah, rad for the T this year. We can take the Pilsner patch one off. It's too bad that this radiator can't be saved.
It is quite cool.
It's really neat.
It's a
But
replacement,
I think
isn't
by
it?
the time you made this functional, you'd be happier just hanging it on the wall. So I'm gonna keep this guy. We've got we've got a real Model T radiator lined up, we hope. And patron Phil D again. Unbelievably generous donation. Normally I wouldn't want to put a new one, but it's cracked here. Anywhere you can tighten this, because all these packings loosen up, right? Mm-hmm. So you tighten it enough times, it cracks there. Tighten this one so much it's cracked. The pole's cracked here, so there's just nothing you can do. It's always gonna leak. Shouldn't be very tight.
Those are some nice tires in the background.
Yeah, right? Nice. Chrome reverse there.
Yeah.
Let's see how she goes.
You're gonna put any sort of like
Well,
pipe thread stuff on
You
there?
think? As I was just saying, you gotta remember to put the what do you call that shit? Pipe sealer on there. I really hope it ends up facing the right way. Wouldn't it be nice if that didn't leak? Really don't want to go one more, you know. Oh, we gotta get this out of here.
Oh, the old fittings.
Yeah. Maybe.
Piece.
More of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say hit that with hit it with the tape.
Think they use this shit when they were new? Probably not.
Probably not.
Maybe they just.
I would assume they used some sort of pipe dope something.
I don't know, man. We're using some now. We going one more? I guess we have to. And we're reasonably confident that this is not going to work. So we're going to stack up a few O-rings just to see.
Oh, do you have your fitting on there
Put
first?
the fitting first, as I was just saying, put the fitting on. And then, stack up 7 or 8 O-rings, because that's probably the correct way to do this. This is just till we get the right parts. And 3 O-rings fell in the carburetor. Oh, I guess the thing, oops. It's not really anything, it's not really going to ruin anybody's life if we just tighten that on there.
Is that just gonna blow it up? Well, it should hold itself in there if you tighten up the other one on the petcock.
I don't know. It's doing something. Wow, look at that. Look at how nicely that fits. Hey, first try.
Nice.
Pretty fancy. And that, I'm assuming, that may not be the original. This could be anything. But, any of this could just start leaking like crazy, right?
That looks like that'll be good. Tighten up the other one and then we can.
Well,
dump
this
some
one,
fluid in.
you're just turning those O-rings into mush. Right? Like you're just mashing it. I don't think.
Yeah, but I mean, you got it tight to where it needs to be, right? Where the O-rings are sealed.
Well, there's some resistance.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. You're hitting the resistance now.
Maybe.
Resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile. This also looks mildly futile. Do you recall this? This looks like something I would do.
For what purpose?
I don't know. I might do anything with that. It looks like it was.
Could be used for any number of
Could
purposes.
be anything. Yeah. Maybe it was. Okay. Well.
This is something for the coils.
Right. Did I bring the other lid?
This guy.
No. The old original lid. Matt gave me
Trunk.
one.
Oh, it's over there.
Yeah, let me go get it. Hey, check it out. Genuine, not reproduction, Model T coil cover. Trouble is that our not genuine random mix of coils from the swap meet are all different heights. So these need to get pushed up or down. I guess they push down here. The thing is, it'll run without this on. So I'd like to prove that it runs.
Yeah, because we kind of need access for that. That is kind of a good.
Let's see if it'll still buzz.
Yeah. Will it buzz?
Will she buzz? Yeah. Here's one. Which one's that? There's number 4, the weak one. You hear that? I don't know which one it is.
Sounds like it's Morse coding, just like, God, no. Okay, number 3.
Yeah. Don't get too close. Jim got too close and he got himself. Got those fancy shows with nozzles on their jerry cans.
Just getting a shadow of myself in every shot.
Have we got any leaks or what?
Well, you might as well stop there, and then.
Okay, hang on.
Do we want to? It looks pretty dry, like here. Yeah, it's dry here. So do we want to open it up then? Check for leaks everywhere else. Down to carb.
What's this underneath the car? Oh, it's just oil. Okay. I can hear it doing something.
Oh, it looks like we got a bit of a leak there. It's starting to come out around there.
Yeah, but that's not significant. Okay, well, either way, that should be enough to start the engine, so I'm going to turn it back off.
Okay.
But we definitely have fuel in the carburetor now. So
But that's a significant enough leak that.
oh yeah, you can't leave it like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it'll get.
Oh, to just start it.
It'll start.
That'll start it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we still got to get the right part. But just for today to.
Yeah. For today, that's perfectly
this is in
adequate.
now, right?
Yeah.
And now, see, we couldn't even leave this thing in here before because it always dripped gas and it'd stink up the whole garage. And now, right, like this one, I had that jar under it all the time because it just always dripped gas. It's like you can't get a good 100-year-old car anymore. But this, even that tired old one seems okay.
Yeah. OE, the OE, what was it? Leather in there.
Look at that, hey?
It works better than our modern stacked O-ring
Yeah.
method down there.
Well, our stacked O-ring. If we had a much bigger cross section, that would work.
Yeah.
But the
no, they're
O-rings
so
are not.
small. They're so small.
They're not contacting the ID of this, which is what
Yeah.
you need for it to really compress.
Yeah.
And then it would work fine. But they're just better than nothing for now.
Yeah.
So that means
Now we can try to start it.
we should try starting it. That doesn't mean we should try starting. It means we might try
It
starting.
means we can try to start it if we so choose. Yeah.
Does this one go down? No, it doesn't. All right, well, whatever, right? I don't even know if the battery's any good. Okay, let's re-familiarize ourselves. Forwards, brake, reverse, brake, okay. Do-do-do. Joe. Okay, oh man, it's been a few minutes since I did this. Hey, choke out, battery.
I know it's pretty rich back there, isn't it?
Well, I think you shut the petcock off, right?
Yeah.
So it was just starting to smooth out. Maybe we'll
Okay.
try it again, I don't know. head. Oh. Well, I mean, there's not really much doubt that that one's running, right? We can take that out of the equation.
Which guy?
This, right? Clearly, that was running because it doesn't have any exhaust from anybody
yes,
else.
I see what you're saying now.
This one seems pretty clearly that that was running.
Yeah.
This guy, maybe not as hot as the other guys.
And that was the one that was kind of
This is the
having a hard
buzzy
time
one.
buzzing.
That's the one that's not very good. This is not as warm. I mean, this has got heat sink from the rest of the engine. That's it. These we know are running. So,
Yeah.
and this was the plug or the box we didn't really know
Yeah.
about. So, this is a regular contributor.
Same old shit.